Welcome, friends. Welcome to today's Reconsider It live stream. Best live stream you're gonna see all day. Here on this Reconsider It live stream, you are gonna get a very nice Tinkering with Knobs edition, which simply means we're gonna be hanging out. Hanging out as I change my sound effects, evolve the way everything sounds. My regulars know what Tinkering with Knobs is all about. It's partially about the loopers, partially about connecting with you in an anti-loneliness manner. If you are new to the Reconsider It live streams, welcome. You made a really good decision joining us. You're in the right place. We want you here. Right now we are in a warm-up phase, my friends. We are just chilling out in this warm-up phase right now. Chilling out to this beat that I made, I put together real quick before the stream began. And in fact, when it comes to this Tinkering with Knobs stream, which means playing around with the sounds and all this, it's this beat that I'm going to be playing around with. In fact, I'm creating a new palette on the stream today. I just went through all of my full round of the palettes I have. I have 24 palettes already. I just did another cycle through evolving them. I also added a new one, so I have a full 24 now. 2 palettes for each major key in an octave. And now I made a new one. I'm making a new B. And I was like, let me stream it. And here in this warm-up phase, my friends, there is one action item for you. There is one thing that you must complete in order to set yourself up for success best and reduce your stress. Yes. What is that one action item that you need to complete here in this warm-up phase? The one action item, my friends, is very straightforward. You'll be able to complete it very easily. Grab your drink. I got some water. You might have whatever you have. Whatever it is, it just needs to be potable. It needs to be something you can drink. And it at least doesn't hurt you. But ideally, it would be good for you. So you got something to drink, my friends, whatever it may be. Right now, we are going to have a practice warm-up cheers moment. We are going to cheers as we go through the stream today. It's going to be really good. But right now, we're just doing a warm-up. We're just getting the blood flowing, just getting comfortable with it. I'm going to count up to 3. And when I get up to 3, I'm going to clink the camera. It's going to be really, really exciting. 1, 2. You could like feel the excitement of this very exciting cheers building up right now. 2, 3. Clink. Cheers. Cheers, my friends. That's really good. So, having been very successful there with the practice warm-up cheers, and also given the fact that this is a tinkering with knobs stream, we're going to be checking out these sound effects and such, like my bass, for example. We could just get started into it right now. Pretty happy with the drums. I have 2 sets of drum palettes that I kind of randomly scatter, but evenly throughout my different palettes. So I'm happy with the drums. I'm going to go straight to the bass. The bass also I'm happy with. This is another example where I'm not completely building from scratch. There's so many little settings and things I'd have to redo. So I copied from an existing palette of mine, and I'm just going to be changing everything. Although the bass, I'm actually pretty happy with the bass. So at least for now, I'm going to keep the bass as it is. For the 505 details, I know that some of our friends like to know the details of the 505 stuff. This bass is built out of a guitar to bass, which is what all of them are built out of, at least for me. Passed into the electric, which is the tuner. Then it's passed into a sustainer, which is essentially a volume boost, although not exactly. But that's basically how I use it, this volume boost, the sustainer. And then finally it's passed into a reverse reverb. So this is a relatively pure bass. For now I'm going to leave it. So now there's this. Now this did not copy down from the source palette I used. This one I rebuilt pretty drastically. I forget exactly what it was. It used to be a different input effect that I'm personally not crazy about. So this one now that we're listening to, I likely will keep tinkering with it because I really slapped it together really quick before it went on the stream. I was like, oh, should I play with my loopers? Maybe I should. Okay, yeah. Should I stream it? Whoa, it's on. Okay, in order to get evenly on the half hour, I'm going to have to hustle here. So I really did just slap these together. But anyway, here's what it's made out of now. These instruments we're listening to here, this. Let's see, Moser's in the place. Yes! Moser, one of our regulares. So this instrument that I'm messing with right now, this is built out of a distortion set to vocal. Usually when I'm using it, at least nowadays, I used to do it differently, but now it's a little more, I'm ever striving to be more listenable. That's an ongoing goal of mine, to be as listenable as possible. You should have heard some of my really old stuff. Whew. I like it. But unless you spend like a serious amount of time studying it and enveloping your world with it can be a lot. In any case, nowadays, when I use the distortion effect, I almost always set it to vocal or boost. That's a pretty pure tone, as far as the distortion goes anyway. Symptoms of reality in the place as well. Yes. So the distortion, and that's fed into the electric, which is the tuner. And then once again, the HRM auto, which for now I'm going to assume is harmony. I really should look it up. Set to a unison. Usually I set that to a unison when I use it. Although it can also go to a high, which is just one octave above. A harmony that's one octave above. That one can be good too. I might play with that. Or maybe I could do it dynamically. And then all that is fed into a tremolo. So as it is, I'm not unhappy with it. It's okay. Maybe I'll play with it a little bit, but if I don't change it, I might leave these loops as they are without deleting them. But let's see. I'm going to go off the speaking mic, turn it into this instrument here, so I can play around with it more. I might leave it as it is, or I might mess it a little bit. We'll see. So it turns out I did mess with it. And I like it. I like the changes I made. So let's just one of them. So I took that auto harmonizer and I moved it from a unison harmonizer into one octave. I'm not clear on that. But you can hear how even this has a little bit of a separation in the harmony that's happening. The other one is, I turned down the tremolo a bit. So yeah, I'm glad I did that. It was just, let's see, I did make one more change. In addition to the change of moving from a unison harmonizer into a high, is what it says here. High is the setting, which I presume is 1. octave up, as I said earlier. The other change I made was the formant, which I don't know what that is. If you are more into sound engineering, you might know what that means. The formant, I don't know what that is. But it does have an effect on it that's like a muting setting. Or muting feeling, like covering with a pillow kind of muting. And I dialed that back a bit. It was almost completely dialed up before. So now these are a little more like shiny. So far I'm happy with it. I think that was the right move to turn the harmonizer to an octave up. I'll see how I feel about the formant setting though. I might want to dial it back because these are supposed to be, not a very dominant layer, although they are kind of brilliant, bright, shiny right now. In any case, I'm okay with it enough that I'm gonna let it play for a little bit while I now go and create the next instrument. This being a creation of a totally new palette tonight. Moving past, this is going to be my 25th palette. I now have one for each major key, I have two for each major key. And this is now going to be my third palette tuned to the key of B. I'm planning to just go backward and make the next 12, starting with this one today. So I'm going on to the next instrument. Let's see. So starting with what I inherited from the source palette that I copied from. Let's see. I forget. I don't even remember what this sounds like. But let's see. I'm gonna go off the vocal mic and let's see what this thing is. Alright, so that's what I inherited from the source palette that I copied from. Now I gotta change that. And I get to fit or complement, add to these other sounds I've already got here. The bass for sure, and these other, self-harmonizing whatevers those are. So let's see. How am I gonna make this one fit and enhance what's there already? that's what I got so far. I did something here I've never done before. And as I was doing it, I was like, oh no, this is probably a bad move. Oh no. But I kind of like the outcome of it. I swapped out one of the input effects. And then I kind of twiddled? I guess tinkered is really the word I was looking for there. Tinkered. So here's what it is now at this point. And once again, this is the setting that I'm referring to. Or the sound, rather. This one. Almost has like an electric guitar kind of... So it's built out of, again, 505 details for those who want it. It's built out of a preamp. What did I set that to? Power drive. The preamp is another one. Like the, what was it we were talking about earlier? The distortion. The preamp is another one where it can get really distorted. So that's a preamp that's on the milder end. Fed into an electric, which is the tuner. But then this is the part that I've never done before. And I think this is the part that made it sound like a guitar, kind of. So we got preamp, electric, fed into a synth. The synth is the one that I'm not crazy about, that has like a horn kind of quality. But feeding a preamp into the synth like this, I don't know. I think it's kind of nice. I kind of like it. And then all that's fed into a reverse reverb, although it's very slight in this case. Oh, it's only 0.2 seconds. That's probably why it's so slight. And if it's dialed up all the way, it's going to be slight. So this also, I'm a little hesitant to just leave it because even though the one change I made is significant from the source palette that I inherited, because it was a preamp and it had a reverse reverb like this one does, but it was a phaser before, which is not, I mean, it doesn't sound like this at all. So it is this very significant change. And as I say, it's one I've never done before. So that's pretty exciting, actually. So I guess for now, I think on that one, I'm going to leave it, question mark? I don't think I've brought it in yet with everything. Let's see how it all sounds. I think I like it. It's pretty simple, but it does have that little like crinkle at the end that has the guitar-like quality. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. In fact, I like it so much. Here's how much I like it, my friends. I think it is cause for a celebration. Because look at this. I'm building a new palette here. You are bearing witness to the birth of a thing that I will use in my future live streams, my future improv sessions. This is going to get thrown in the mix now from now on. This is pretty exciting, actually. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm getting excited myself. And we're most of the way through. That's why I say this is cause for celebration at this time. And you know You know exactly what we are going to do to celebrate, my friends. Grab your drink. Grab your drink. If you have not already, grab your drink. Friends, we are going to do our first official cheers moment, and man, it is just so good. I can already feel it becoming good and doing good at me. I can't wait for this cheers moment to do a lot of good at me. I have been waiting for good to be done at me. But here comes a lot of good at me. And you as well. Friends, I'm grabbing my water. Alright, I got it. I had to move a little bit to grab my water. It was a little bit at arm's reach. But I have it now. I have my water. You have got whatever you have got for a drink. Something good. Hopefully something good for you. That is my... I'm biased. I'm biased. I care. I care about your well-being. You know. But you're going to do what you're going to do, and that is your decision. In the meanwhile, my friends, we're going to celebrate how great it has been so far on this stream today. Made a lot of accomplishments. Nick Destruct's in the place. Dude, you have got impeccable timing. I think this is like the nth stream where you've come in exactly when it's time for a cheers. It's at least the second or third. Friends, I'm going to count up to 3. It's coming so soon, you can almost taste it. 1. Oh, yes, the first official cheers moment. It's coming so soon. You love it. 2. Yes. Oh, man. The whole thing is coming right now on 3. Clink. Oh, that is good. That is good stuff. Oh, man. Wow. Man. I feel this like... I feel this... What is this, a feeling? I'm not exactly sure what this is. I think it's a feeling. Is this an emotion? Look what it's doing to my face. What's happening? I don't understand. I don't know. What is it? Is this happy? That was an awesome cheers. I love doing this with you. I love feeling connected with you. Please like this video. Please subscribe. Our friends who are joining us after the stream, watching on replay, you know that the cheers moments are magical. And they transcend space-time and all that. It's really impressive how you feel it. You literally feel it in your body. You feel connected with everyone else. Please leave a comment. Devour Beats is in the place. Having some water while he takes down a Christmas tree. Moser as well. Nice. So far, I am still liking the sounds. I think it's going to be, it's going to be worthy of a round of revision when its time comes. But as far as just first pass on creating a new palette, yeah, I can see myself making songs out of this. I think the way I used this one here is not the best use of this instrument, but that's part of what I'm exploring here as I create it. This is a better use of this instrument. Those are the same instrument here. This sounds way better to my ears than this one. Tremolo on it's not as bad. Maybe it's just the tremolo that I'm thinking. In any case, this means that I have one more instrument to create for this new palette. What am I going? Oh no. I just got an idea to do my thing that one of my 2 or 3 things that I just will overdo unless you hold me back. But maybe, you know, I'm doing a new round of the whole octave of C to B. It's got to be somewhere in here. I got to do probably at least 2 or 3 of these somewhere. Why not this one? I'm doing it. So I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. Although I don't know how this is going to sound. So let's see, what's the... I'm going to start with the additional sound that I inherited from the source palette. But I'm going to change it in a number of ways, including this one that... Man, I just love this one so much. I'm going to overdo it, but I think it's going to sound great with this. Now, to be fair, I think it sounds great with everything. Well, let's take a look. What's this sound I inherited? Alright, so that's the thing I inherited there. It has a slicer on it. I'm going to replace it with the thing I love and I overdo. Or actually, I don't overdo it because I know that I would overdo it. And so therefore, I exercise self-control. But I think in this case, I'm going to do it. I just love using I love using that effect so much. It's the roll. So I guess, yeah, for those of you who want the 505 details, what I'm playing around with, that's that sound you hear me playing around with. Here, I'll do it one more time. That's made up of a preamp set to, what is this, full range. Passed into an electric, which is the tuner, and then a dynamics set to phone vocals. Now that's the one I'm thinking about changing because otherwise it sounds a lot like what I inherited. And then that's passed into the roll, specifically roll 1, which is the one I love. Man, it's so good. I'm gonna dial the feedback down. It was halfway, I'm dialing it down to 31, from 50 down to 31. Man, it's so good. Alright, so now I'm thinking about playing around more with that dynamics phone vocal thing. What can I change that to? I'm going to temporarily take off the roll so I can just listen to the sound as I build it. Trusto in the place. Nick wrote a rap in the comments. What does it say? I want to make a rap because my wife's on the toilet taking a crap. She's been in there like 2 hours. I think the water done soured. Figured she'd be ready for a nap. Figured she'd be ready for a nap by now. This rap gone south with a better shut my mouth. This rap gone south. Better shut my mouth. Got it. Symptoms of Reality would be very happy to hear me say that as I'm looking from here, as I'm using the mic, and also reading the comments. It reminds me that I have an unfulfilled prescription for eyeglasses. That was pretty dope. Thank you for putting a whole rap in the comments, Nick. That was awesome. So I have this roll thing that I'm going to temporarily turn off, even though I love it. But I got to figure out the sound of this new thing I'm playing with here. So let's see, I'm going to go back off of vocal, like speaking mic, back onto the instrument here. So I think this other new instrument that I've just made, which again was started from a point that I inherited. This. You know, I changed two things. Did I change anything in the preamp, which I kept? I think I might have tweaked some small thing in the compressor. Slightly, a little more compression I added to it. But the big changes I made was that I added a modular delay, which is what I believe this is. But to, what is this, a 30-second note? 30-second note delay. And I took down some feedback a bit. And then, of course, I put on the roll, which is the thing I love. I said, oh, I'm going to overdo this. But I'm starting a new octave. So... I think that gets the tentative green check mark for building a new palette. Not totally from scratch, but building a new palette. I think this gets the tentative green check mark for now. Still needs some revisions. I think it's a little pure, which, you know, maybe I'll have a pure palette. But I could see myself, you know, messing with the sounds a little further from here. It's enough for now, though. It's enough that I said, like, hey, man, I definitely want to save the progress I made. So here's the plan, my friends. I'm moving on to the panning and the output effects. And my regulars know that when we talk about panning and tinkering with knob stream, we start with the drums. So this one has the kicks, 4% to the left, the snare clap thing, 10% to the right. Now I'm in a very rebellious mood. I really, really just need to rebel right now. I'm going to rebel right before your very eyes. This is going to be so rebellious. You're going to be like, whoa. Rebellion is within the potential of this character. Here's the rebellion, my friends. Join me in the rebellion if you like. It's optional. Purely optional. You may instead merely observe the rebellion. Again, the kick is 4 to the left. Whoops, 4 to the left. The snare thing is 10 to the right. 4 and 10. I am going to swap those. I'll move the kick 2% to the right. Snare clap thing. $22% to the left. 2% to the right, 22% to the left. It actually carves out a nice space, at least according to how I pronounced the beat in this particular case. That's why I like doing these rounds of revisions, by the way, because every time I do them, they're like a little influenced by the beat I happen to make that day. Now we got this other stuff here. I'm also going to be very rebellious. This is going to be a revolution, which is different from rebellion, even though they both begin with RE. So we got these hi-hat shaker things. 38% to the right. Exhale is 18% to the left. I'm once again going to swap them. All right. Hi-hat shaker things, 32% to the left. Exhale is 24% to the right. I got the idea to swap these a bit. They're both panned to the left. And in most of my tracks, I think maybe all of them, but there might be an exception or two to this. In most of my tracks, I keep the kick and the snare clap thing close to the center, and then the hi-hat shaker thing and the exhale further out. But it occurred to me now maybe to swap the hi-hat shaker things and the snare clap thing so that the hi-hat shaker things are closer to the kick. Whoa. Interesting. It feels unfamiliar to me, but I'm not aware of any reason to not do it. So I'm going to force this, even though it feels unfamiliar. And I'm like, oh, wait, but hold on. Let me present all of these habits regarding what I feel should be. So that's not what I'm going to proceed with. I'm instead going to proceed with, all right, let's do the thing that I never thought of, and I'll feel it out and see over time if I like it. I set the clap snare thing to 24% to the left. Hi-hat 8% to the left. %22 to the left for the clap snare thing. Trusto says, "Oh, you're mathing." Did I? Was I talking about the 32nd note or something? Nick says, I am trying to express my rebellious spirit via emojis, but there do not seem to be good emojis for rebellion. I don't have a long list of emojis in my own recall. My organic recall. So we're up to the panning in the drums is good. Now we got the panning in the upper looper. The melodic layers. Bass is always the center, and it is right now, so that's good. Definitely keeping that from my inheritance. But then there's these that flank the bass closest of the melodic layers. What are these set to from the inheritance? Left is 52% to the left. Right is 24% to the right. I don't have any issues with it, but I am going to change it just for the sake of changing it. Is that more of the rebellion side? Because a revolution is not just for the sake of, hey, let's just have a revolution. Just for the sake of it. But rebellion could be that. Rebellion, I feel, is more of a contained act, whereas a revolution is more of a, very deep, far-reaching overhaul. So I'm going to just do a little bit of rebellion here by swapping the intensity of the panning on these two layers. Again, the left one was 52%, right one is 24. I'm just going to kind of like, so it's far to the left and not that far to the right. I'm just going to kind of move them a little bit. So I'll set the right one to like, whoops. There we go. Okay, good. So I now set the right one to 46% to the right. Left one is 30% to the left. I am going to adjust it. I'm not crazy about it as it is right here. I'm going to adjust it. I want the left one to be in a little closer to the center. I think this is pretty good, actually. I set it to 22% to the left now. The right one, 46% to the right. That's not bad. Yeah. Then we have these. The louder, more center stage ones, which are generally further out to the extreme to the left or right. The left one is set to 72% to the left. The right one is 90% to the right. Once again, I don't hate it. This is coming out of a palette that's been evolved a couple times. Maybe I'll do the same thing where, because its left one was 72% versus 90% right, maybe I'll just swap them again like I did previously. Whoa. Oh, actually, this is pretty good. Oh, yes, I'm so glad I did this swap. That's another thing I don't think I've ever done before. I brought them to very different extremes, and the two on the right are kind of close. So to summarize, I have the bass in the middle, always in the center. All of my palettes have that to the best of my knowledge, unless there's one that's not within the best of my knowledge. The two that are flanking, 22% to the left. This one here, 22% to the left versus 46% to the right over here with this other one. So there's already a pretty noticeable discrepancy, which is what I'm going for. Maybe not entirely noticeable. If you're looking for it, it's noticeable. And this one over here to the right, 62% to the right. So we have this one, which is 46, and then 62. So that's relatively close, 46 and 62. Versus the left side, which has this one that is 22% to the left. And also bring this one in here, which is 82% to the left. 22 and 82 versus 46 and 62. Maybe Trusto, is that what you were talking about earlier? When I was saying the panning numbers? Regarding mathing? You know, this is what happens when you copy down from a palette that's already been evolved a few times. This is not bad. You kind of go through it kind of quick. I think the panning is okay. I tried some really imbalanced and bizarre things with this, but I'm okay with that. A lot of my palettes start that way. Now, if you're wondering whether I am implying a second half to that expression there, a lot of my palettes start that way, as though it is to continue and be like, and then they change and become better. Not always. A lot of them start weird and extreme, and then they just stay weird and extreme. But as I said earlier in the stream today, part of what I'm aiming for, usually, is to increase how listenable something is. That's a long-term goal of mine. In addition to long-term goals, I also have short-term goals. My short-term goal right now is to move on to the output effects for the loopers, because that's the last piece of creating this new palette. And once I finish the output effects, I'm good with those. Then the next step is destroying the whole beat, saving the palettes, rebuilding a new beat, doing a cheers, and calling it a stream. It's going to be really good. Let's start with some output effects on the drums. Nice. Vinyl flick is working as expected. I see Trusto says, yes, that's right. That's what I meant by the math stuff. Nice. Oh, man. Yes, the low-pass filter. This also, I have to use self-control to not use it on every single track. I just love it so much. Yeah, it's good. Nice. Then we got a reverb. This is the one that sometimes needs some attention. That's a 1 second. It feels kind of heavy for reverb, but I was also thinking about changing this to a delay. There you go. You got a delay there. Oh, I wasn't intending to do this, but that's nice. That's like talking into the fan kind of stuff right there. I did this on a stream recently, and I was like, whoa, I don't never did that before. I don't know if I ever built it in intentionally, though, so I'm going to do that. I was intending to do something else with this delay here, but I'll leave it with this sort of like metallic Darth Vader talking into the fan flavor. Now, how long do I want to make this, though? 23 milliseconds currently. Yeah, it's got to stay around there. Yeah, 23 milliseconds. I'm going to leave it like that. How much feedback, though? I want to keep this low. It's at 20 out of 100 currently. Let's see. Yeah, lower. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. All right. I said it's a 44 milliseconds, presumably. Yeah, that's good. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. I was intending to do something different with the delay, but, you know, I accidentally did this and it sounded pretty cool, so let's keep it. I certainly do not do that in many of my other palettes. I forget on the recent stream if I did it because it was already there or because I was playing with the knobs on the stream and did it. In any case, I like it. So that's all the effects on the lower looper. Lower looper is going to be ready to save. But first I got to do the output effects on the top looper. Alright, that worked. Final effect works as expected. Low pass filter, I love it. Oh, it's so good. Listen to this. Let's just listen to this. That's good. So the low pass filter also set up as I like it. Got through the first two. Usually do get through those first two pretty fast. Now for the ones that sometimes need some tweaking. For reverb, we have a plain old reverb. I want to change that. A gate reverb, a reverse reverb. I do want a reverb. There's other options I could do here, but like, I'm not looking to slice it. Granular delay. I could put a delay on it because I put a delay down here. Oh, you know, I've never done that ever to this top looper. So let me at least try it. I set it to 25 milliseconds or 23 milliseconds rather. Here we go. Alright. I gave it the same delay to match on both loopers. I don't always do that, but sometimes I do. Now both loopers have a Dr. Doom kind of feel. Which, by the way, if any of you are into the Marvel movies, At the time of this recording, it is announced that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doom. But we've not seen anything. We don't know anything about the plot yet. I'm a little worried. I think there's a lot of opportunity for them to do it really well. But man, Doom is the greatest character in all of fiction. And I'm really hoping that they do him justice. I don't know if they're going to say he's a Tony Stark variant, or if it's just, no, he never was Tony Stark. He was always Doom. He just has the same face. But that's the part that makes me worried. How are they going to know that he has the same face? It's Doom. That's the part that has me a little worried. Or it's one of the parts that has me a little worried. But they could easily have some kind of like, here's a video of him before the scarring and whatnot. So that wouldn't be difficult to resolve. Or the voice, maybe his voice. I don't know that I can see. That's the other thing about it. I don't know that I can see Robert Downey Jr. being, the Lord of Latveria. What would you say, the Eastern European state? Maybe. I mean, imaginable. So when it comes to this delay, I think it is a bit much. I have to be careful not to put it on too high. But for now, I'll leave it. Just because I'm once again in that place where I say, like, well, I don't know. I don't know. It's not something I'm already in the habit of doing. I don't know. Let me use my feel. How does it feel? Let me feel. How does it feel? That's not what I'm using to make my decisions. That's relevant. The way that it feels, how I feel about it, that's relevant. But it's not the only determining factor. It's a variable. I'm also trying to expand my palette here, so I think I'm going to let this one sit, even though I anticipate there may yet be a future Tinkering with Knob stream where I say that I'm going to dial back this delay. Well, I don't know, maybe not, we'll see. And then we have the final possible output effect. Oh, nice. It's exactly what I was hoping it was. It's a tremolo. The last one is usually a slicer or a tremolo. I was kind of thinking about it being a tremolo, and it was, yes. I think I want to keep that. This is kind of what I was wanting. Oh, that's good, yeah. This fits it. It fits this particular beat anyway. So, like I said, that's exactly what I wanted to put there. I am happy with these effects and everything. That means I'm going to delete everything. Oh no, oh, that was a dope beat. What did you just do? Why did you delete everything? Oh no. Now I gotta save everything real quick before I accidentally. Whew, saved it. Whew. Did it. Saved. You think I should save like 4 more times just to be sure? Here, let me save one more time. That's almost 4 more times. All right, friends. As always, the next step, the final step here in this Tinkering with Knobs stream, since I have now made this new palette, the next step is for me to quickly build a new beat, see if I'm still liking everything. And then, assuming I do, we do a nice celebratory cheers. We have a great night after that. All right, my friends, I'm going to build a beat real quick. Let's do it. Yeah. Yeah, aside from volume levels and calling into question whether I had the dopest bass line or the best harmonies, or aside from that, the instruments, the palette, I'm pretty happy with it. I see Marco has joined us and he says, cool beat! Thank you, Marco. I see Nick is also responding to some of the MCU comments from earlier. He says, give him a chance, with reference to Robert Downey Jr. being cast as a, what do they call it? Alternate universe. Doom. I am looking forward to the Fantastic Four movie, which also has been announced at the time of this stream. Has been announced, but we haven't seen any footage. We've seen like a couple of set photos. I'm really into the comic book stuff, by the way. Just an FYI. So I think the palette is good, my friends. And you know what that means. You know what that means. That means we have to celebrate. And there's only one way we can celebrate. Grab your drink. I have got some water. You might have whatever you have for your beverage. But whatever it is, my friends, grab your drink. We are going to do a very exciting community affirming cheers moment right now. This is the magic sauce, my friends. This is why we can call this the anti-loneliness. The anti-loneliness stream. That's part of the value you get in joining. And you are going to feel so connected with all of us together right now, my friends. As I count up to 3 and I clink, it's going to be so good. You get to cheers along with your beverage. Here it comes. Here's the first number 1. That's a good place to start when counting up. And I'm going to take it to a new level entirely with 2. That is also just taking it up a notch in a good way. It's elevating and escalating in the best possible way because it leads to 3. Clink. Ah, yeah, that's good. Yes. Man, connecting with you is the best part of this. I love this. I love this. Please like this video. Please subscribe. To our friends who are joining us in the cheers, listening on replay, please leave a comment. How do you feel about this palette? Did it turn out okay? To my people in the year 7,831, thank you for being with us. Thank you for casting your attention upon this and thereby contributing to its form. Yeah. See, I'm already glad that I left in this, like, this delay that I don't normally use it like this, and it's just like metallic. This is what led to the Dr. Doom discussion. I'm already glad I left it in. See, I wouldn't have done it before. But now that I took a brief break, I come back. Oh, it's good. I'm getting caught up on the chat here. I know there's cheers in there, which is so good. Nick has a comment about comics. Was into the comics since the 80s. Yeah, me too. I was into comics in, I would say early 90s. I think 92. I got an Iron Man comic and was it a Spider-Man comic? A Web of Spider-Man? Yeah, Web of Spider-Man. I probably still have those specific 2 issues in my pile of comics over there. Nick says, I want to sell my comics and turn them into synthesizers. Yeah, have you ever... I'm not asking you to put this detail into the chat, but have you ever priced them? I've never taken the time to inventory mine. I'm sure it wouldn't be that much. You know, back when I was doing comics in the early mid 90s, that's when I bought comics, that is. Then I stopped for a while. But back then, part of, you know, one of the reasons that I was collecting comics was with some hope that they'd be worth something. It was like, oh, if you get the, you know, first appearance of Superman, that's worth thousands and thousands of dollars. It's like, oh yeah, I should go buy comics. Let me try to invest. I don't know that that's really... I don't know that I would get actually the amount of financial yield on my investment that I put into comics over the years. I started getting comics again a few years ago. But at this point, I don't read them at the same rate that I get them. Read them less fastly. Marco says, have I ever made video game music? I have not, but that would be cool. Do you know a video game developer that you could introduce me to? I see there's some reference to tacos. That's always a good thing. Hey, listen to this. If I was more adept at using, let's say, administrative tools as a streamer, I might put up some kind of poll right now. But here's my question, my friends. Just put your response to this in the chat. To the best of your ability, make it just one word. Don't put the reasoning why. Don't put an explanation. Don't put one word and then also some more stuff. Ideally, we're looking for like a string of people's answers to this question. When it comes, my friends, when it comes to tacos, get ready to put your one-word answer in the chat. When it comes to tacos, soft or hard? I see Cressy has joined us. Yeah, Cress, you made it. I'm seeing a lot of responses come in the chat right now. It looks unanimous that you guys are saying soft shell tacos. See, that's my opinion. And this is great. I'm so happy you did this. I have a coworker. I can't wait to show him this video. We have a running joke, like a 10-year-long running joke about soft tacos versus hard tacos. I always say soft tacos, and we always have our people who we work with vote on it. And, you know, sometimes people vote with him, sometimes people vote with me. And we always act like, oh, I told you, see? And now I get to say, hey, told you, see? It's soft shell tacos. Totally. Soft shell all the way. When I have a hard shell taco, it's like, all right, here's this beautiful taco. Crunch. Crunch is what I said. Crunch. All right, now I have tortilla chips. And all the filling of the taco is all over the place. Anybody got a spoon? It's like, give me the soft shell, man. I would like to eat the thing and still be able to eat it. Nick says, I eat a lot of tortillas. Oh, Peter's in the place. Nice. Welcome, Peter. What was it, Peter, earlier today? Did you say it was, how many syllables do we... Peter and I have the same number of syllables in our extremely long names. We have an unusually... We both have unusually long names. Did I just count 12? 12 syllables? I see empirism's in the place. Yes. Yes, that's so good. My man, you are so dope. Listen, for anybody, I'm stopping the stream. Listen, for anybody who's not familiar with Empirism's page, please go to his page. He's very good. My man, you just put out a video earlier today. He's got a lot of good, good synthy hardware. Puts together some nice soundscapes and then just nails it, just kills it on the guitar, kills it. He's like, hey, listen to this, I'm gonna turn on the camera, blink, just like 5, 6, 12 minutes of just awesome guitar. If you're not familiar with his page, go quickly to his page. It's very good. Anyway, nice to see you, my guy. Peter says 21 syllables. All right, that's good. I'm with it. Nobody can compete with Peter and me regarding the length, the sheer length of our names. And nobody can compete with you when it comes to good people. Good vibes and just like exactly who we want here. Nobody can compete with you. We want you here. It's so good that you're here. Thank you for being here today, my friends. We have had a very good, very productive Tinkering with Knobs stream. I created an entirely new palette. Now I have 25 palettes. I gotta go update my randomized program. Friends, I hope to see you in the next live stream. My regulars know that we do these Tinkering with Knobs streams randomly. I jumped on this stream with like 15 minutes notice today. They're not scheduled, they're not at any given day of the week. But we hang out for an hour or two and talk about comics and whatever, the sound effects and everything. My regulars also know there's a second category of live streams. Loops and Chill, where we just do a bunch of songs back to back. Whichever live stream you prefer, whichever one floats your boat, I hope to see you in the next live stream. And until then, my friends, please have an outstanding and amazing rest of your day today. Please let the rest of your day today bring you all sorts of joy and excitement and healing. Please feel inspired today. Please let yourself relax deeply in new ways today, in a way that's very beneficial for you. grow today. Please feel well fulfilled today. Please have at least a little bit of pleasure in your day today. And I will see you in the next Reconsider It live stream.